Stock market today analysis for Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. I would like to invite you to take a look in the description below this video to the link of ihavesuccess.com. Check out this website. This is the newest edition right here, cash secured put option consulting. There's free stuff. This one's not free. Overall, if you have an internet connection, you have a bank account, and you spend money at least once a year, you have no legitimate reason not to be selling cash secured put options on stocks you wouldn't mind owning. Now, maybe you really don't know why, or maybe you really don't know how. The why is going to be explained to you right here. Get ready. Here it comes. Boom! Bam! Right there. It popped up a link to 5 reasons why you should be selling cash secured put options. You don't have to watch it right now. You can watch this video, then you come back later and watch that one. It's at the 1 minute mark. Very, very easy to remember. However, it is pretty vital to watch it because those that know why have an easier time figuring out the how-to. And at ihavesuccess.com can help you figure out the how-to. Let's get into looking at what has happened in these markets. Today, we had the gross domestic product stuff come out. Didn't seem to move the market too much, but it kind of did. And tomorrow, woo boy, maybe it's going to be a big market mover. Personal consumption expenditure. Allegedly, this is what the Federal Reserve is their primary inflation measure. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to trading, comes to making money in the markets, there's what the numbers say, and there's how the markets react to them. So just understand that differentiation and take action accordingly. What else do we got going on here? Here is the overall markets. This actually is the futures. We're just going to kind of breeze through these relatively quickly. Futures of the VIX moving down. You see where this had this bull candle up right here. 2 candles later, it's back down to the bottom of that. So it's making the strength of the bull in the VIX future look a little weak, right? Because 2 candles later, boom, back to where it started. But it's still at this point right here. We'll see where that goes. Our 4 indices for the markets, the future of those, we got these big drops down, right? Unlike the VIX futures, these big moves down, we're in the bottom. We're in the bottom range of all those candles. And these 3, this candle and this candle, and guess what? This one and this one, though those are just beginning. So we'll have to wait to see how they look complete. But these 2 completed, those look like indecision or resting type candles. Is it going to start rebuilding its way back up, or is it going to start breaking down? We will see. Maybe as we progress in this video, we'll be able to find out potentially a little more with that. Now, 10-year Treasury yield future has gone up and pulling back just a little bit. 3rd candle here, and we're just breaking the 50% mark of that. It's been a pretty strong bull run right through here. Oil still between this 82 and 72 area, currently at the 76.05. Dropped down just a little bit, and speaking of, we had this pretty significant drop down here, but 1 candle later, it's almost to the very top. 2 candles later, we'll see where that is. Pardon me 1 second. Crude oil, broke down, bounced back up, and just kind of hanging out at this $76 range at the moment. Natural gas, see it kind of starting to get in a sideways rhythm there. Gold, silver continue to break down, and Bitcoin is looking, it's staying in the top stay in the top 50% of that that big bull candle there, but it's starting to kind of look like it's slowly going down. Let's look at the overall general markets. These three right here we already looked at: gold, crude oil, Bitcoin. Dollar moving up. TLT had been moving down, spiking up just a little bit. If that's an indication of what the market might do, then we could expect to see a bit of a rally in the market. VIX dropping down here, not as low as it was before, but it pulled back a bit from this 24 area, and now it's around a little bit under the 22. See these long tails to the bottom? That is a bit of a bullish indication for us. Selling pressure went all the way down there. But why is this long tail there? Because buying pressure pushed it all the way up. Over here on the NASDAQ, we're back to kind of where we had this big drop. About 50% in here in the Russell 2000, and maybe a little under the 50%. Same thing with SPX. We'll take a quick breeze through the 12 sectors of the stock market. Really quick breeze. Okay, we're up from this bear candle here. We see that long wick over here in technology. Continuing to kind of move down in a more broke out of this channel and moving to the downside over here in healthcare. XLF continuing to look kind of top heavy and basically went sideways from this month to closed here, almost closing in the same spot, closing a little bit lower. XLY for industrials at the bottom of that candle. More of the top of this bear candle right here with bottom tail bar there. Got a bottoming bar. Looks like a bottoming bar. Not so much luck over there in utilities. Potentially long bottoming, and a doji. Looks like some indecision going on. Which way is it gonna be tomorrow? In order to try to get a better idea, let's take a look at. I'll go through this as fast as I can without doing anything too overly fast. But we're going to look at the top 10 stocks of the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the Russell 2000. Apple might show up more than one time, and we're on a 6-month chart, 1 day. So we see in this 200-day moving average is the volume down here. We see that Apple is testing this 200-day, but so far holding it, right? Buying pressure pushed it up, and which could be kind of expected. Look at all this price overlapping in this area here. But maybe this would be a pivot going up. We'll see tomorrow. Just this alone, could see things going either way. But that might be indication of some up movement. Microsoft. We got this long bottoming tail bar here, also potentially building a bottom, and we see prices seem to catch some support and resistance at this 250 mark. But above the 200-day moving average today, if that means anything. Amazon got that long, potentially bottoming tail candle, potentially. Meta keeps kind of floating down. Not looking very bullish there, but maybe it'll start building some support right around 170. Google, maybe another bottoming tail bar. And then, do we need to look at Google twice? Maybe, since they got it in there twice. Berkshire Hathaway. Look at that. Maybe we're seeing a bottom in here. Maybe. You see a lot of overall. I've seen a lot of these red candles. They're down candles, but they got these long wicks to the bottom. Tesla, kind of the same thing, right? Red candle, body all at the top, wick to the bottom. Nvidia, more of a doji, bottom of that candle. JP Morgan Chase, okay, there's something that looks a little bit more bullish. It's like the first kind of bullish, real bullish indication, being green and a kind of wider range. But one thing that we definitely see that compared to this candle previously to it, the body of this is kind of swallowing up or potentially engulfing that. But nothing looking super outstanding on the positive side, and nothing looking super outstanding on the negative side either. So let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Top 10 big stocks for that, starting with United Health Group. Okay, there we go. Now we see some bullish action here. Big bull candle, but it's here's a significant move right here, and then on the two following candles, it's dropping down almost to the almost losing everything that it made. But with today's candle, opened up a little bit below where it opened on that day, rallied up to be, in kind of still in the bottom 50% of that. Goldman Sachs, looking like a doji right in the middle there. Doji, kind of indecision, running out of steam. Yeah, we got a tail to the bottom. We got a green candle, but look, it's still right in the middle. It's a long drop down. It's got to get through this. For Home Depot, got to get through this 200-day moving average. Microsoft again, got that long tail to the bottom. I think we did Microsoft already. Let me double check that. Looking at a lot of, yeah, sure enough, same stock. Looking at too many stocks, man. I mean, woman. I mean, whatever pronoun. Oh, where'd it go? All right, got Microsoft. Salesforce. Salesforce again had this red candle with the body at the top and this long wick to the bottom. Kind of the sideways, looking kind of sideways here, looking like it's low on momentum for Salesforce. McDonald's. Wow, long prices went all the way down here, and buying pressure pushed it up, and the bottom, kind of, yeah, bottom 50% of this move here. It's a lot of volatility. Honeywell International, same picture here. This candle with a red candle, body at the top, wick at the bottom. And similar picture here over on Verizon. Amgen, similar picture but green instead of red on that candle. And prices in the bottom 50% of this big move up. Boeing attempting to regain this lost momentum right here with two dojis moving up. That I'm not seeing anything that's really making me think that things could keep moving up. Things could keep moving down. In the big picture, I think things look weak, but they could keep kind of floating up from what I've seen so far. NASDAQ via the Qs. Going to see a lot of repeaters here. Apple, we already looked at. Microsoft, we already looked at. Amazon, we already looked at. Google, we already looked at. Meta, we already looked at. Tesla, we already looked at. Google we already looked at. That's the fourth time we're looking at Google. Nvidia we already looked at. Finally, something new. PayPal. PayPal, similar picture, right? How about Adobe? Here's a little bit different picture. It's more of a doji-ish with a longer body for that, with this bear candle here, kind of moving sideways. Final 10 stocks we'll be looking at in this section of the video will be for IWM. Now, here's some stocks we haven't looked at as much. All right, AMC. Look at that. All right, on the top, but we got this doji action going on, looking like it's running out of steam to the upward side. Shockwave Medical, man, maybe unless your heart stopped, why would you want some Shockwave Medical? I don't know, but we got a similar candle here, like we've been seeing a lot with the body in the top, this long tail to the bottom, but this one is green, and seems to be just kind of getting caught in this resistance area there. Biohaven. Finally, we got something a little bit different looking on the candle. This time, we don't have much wick to the bottom, but we got a little bit longer wick to the top, meaning prices went higher, but selling pressure pushed it down. And even though it's a green candle, it closed in the bottom 50% of this big drop. What is this? Intella Therapeutics. Ooh, look at that. Prices opened here, dropped all the way down here. Some buying pressure pushed it up here. And closing out basically exactly where it closed yesterday. Crocs. Crocs is looking like it's got some volatility to it. Implied volatility, 54%. Average true range, $6. How much is this? Oh, $125. Maybe I should check out some options for day trading this one. I can check it out. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to do it. Let's just check it out real quick. Let's just take a quick peek. Let's take a quick peek at what a, what about, let's see, 140, what about, just take a quick look at, what about, is there any, what's a premium at 140? 140, not that bad, pretty good, that is not, it's not trading advice. Why is that? Because if you sold a naked call option right here, that means you'd be on the hook for $14,000. I don't know if you want to do that. I wouldn't do that if I were you. And what is this? Chart Industries. Oh, look at that. Similar candle. Not looking like it has a lot of momentum with it. And another nice volatile stock. This one, $200. Got a little bit different look here. We got this wick going up to the top, which means that buying pressure pushed it all the way up, but the sellers came in as closing in the bottom 50% of this candle. And is that Lattice Semiconductor? Oh, look at this. That's just screaming not a lot of. Well, actually, see how tomorrow ends it. It might be starting to move sideways. Ooh, it's debatable. I guess depending on how you draw your trend line. I think it's broken that uptrend. It had a nice uptrend for a while, but price is back down here. Is it going to pivot through here? I don't know if we looking at. Finally, this is something that really looks different. What is this? Apelius, is that how you pronounce it? Oh, got some volume in there. Look at that. Wow, look at all that volume that came in, way over its average volume. Not really sure how you trade, how you stay ahead of the pharmaceutical game. Oh, that's a decently priced down here. Do something around, get some shares long, I guess at 53. But this game is over with this one, my friends. At least I would think so. Maybe shorting it might be the thing to do. But that is not financial advice. Don't do that. If you got a paper trading account, give it a shot. I'll tell you what, I looked at Apelios yesterday, but that's it. All these stocks in here are new to me. So what is that at 50? Ooh, this one right here. What is this, Nikola? Oh, Intella. Look at that, 81%. 81% implied volatility. So when your implied volatility gets higher, you generally can get some richer premium. And let's just pretend Intella was something that you wanted to own. Now, I do not know if it's worth owning. I've never done a fundamental analysis on it. I'm not going to do it right now. Let's just take a look at this implied volatility. And let's see if, let's move this over to 1 year. All right, 1 year. We're kind of, look at this, double bottom right here. And we're back in this right here. So this one hit a low of 32. Let's just take a look at 25. Let's take a look at the $25 put. Is there a 25? There is. And the highest it sold for today, or traded for today, was 13. The lowest it was for 5. There's an open interest of 45 and 10 were traded today using a very, very speculative way of probability. There's about a 2% chance that this contract will expire in the money. And as you move closer, about an 8% chance at the $30 range. You could get a little more, 40. So what would you be on the hook for? You'd be on the hook to buy 100 shares per contract at 25 or at 30. But again, I have no idea if the stock is worth even owning. Some stocks I like to do the wheel strategy on. Maybe something like this. Maybe I would. What's the average true range? Is like $2. $2.50. I'd have to look into it a lot more. But now let's move over here. So we went through, we looked at, in a relatively short amount of time, we looked at a lot of stocks. There's about 10 per each indice we looked at. And then we looked at 12 sectors. Then we looked at those 4 indices. Was there any more just straight up stocks? Other things might have been like not of companies, of just the market. But we looked at oil, we looked at gold, we looked at a variety. So maybe, I don't know how many, but at least 56, right? And let's open this up. So here's the S&P 500 on this line chart. I'm going to zoom in right here. As I was mentioning last week, I was talking about want to see what happens between the 420 and the 440 area. Now I see what's happening between the 420 and 440 area. Nothing is happening. The other thing I was looking for was what's going to happen between the 400 and the 380, or at least the 400 area. What's happening at the 400 area? What is happening is that it's testing that 400. Last week, and this week I was looking at Apple, but that's not what I want to be looking at right now. I want to be looking at the S&P 500. So last week we were kind of in the middle of 400 to 420. So now we're down to that 400 area, which in and of itself, right, that tells us something. What might it tell us? It could be telling us that if this bull right here, when it was moving, see how it was kind of moving sideways through here, that could be taking a rest, and then the bull could have some rest and then resume going forward. But after this rest period, drop down here. We're in this area of catching kind of a lot of support. So we'll see a little bit above this 200-day moving average. Whether or not there is true merit to the 200-day moving average, a lot of people believe it. So sometimes, whether it is a self-fulfilling prophecy or not, it would appear that buyers are stepping in here. Not enough to turn it green, though, right? And so we'll see. How is it going to go? How is it going to handle around this 400? Right now, it's handling the 400 very, kind of very lightly. Like, it's not powering. It's not like just dropping through the 400. We're not down here testing 393. right? We're right in here. Where the lowest it went today was, look right at this L for low. Look there. Take a look. 396. So we tested it, but prices rallied back up. Yesterday our low, look back at the L, 397. So, and looking at everything else, if if these stochastics mean anything, we could be in for a bit of a lower ride. But you know, stochastics, basically, if stochastics, if you have your settings kind of lined up, which I think this setting is lined up pretty well, it can very accurately tell you what happened in the past. So what happened in the past is this purple line right here, which is our sort of medium-term trend. And our medium-term trend has been going up, which we see here, but our shorter-term trend, represented by this red line, has, you can even see where it dips down right here, goes back up right here, and now it's really taken a strong dive down. And the distance between these two would indicate that it potentially has a bit of a powerful move, but we'll see. So I wouldn't be surprised after looking at all those roughly 40 different stocks and those different IWM, S&P 500, NASDAQ, and whatever. Which one did I miss? The Dow Jones. Oh, I'm kind of drawing a blank here. I haven't been making videos with this camera on there, so I keep kind of thinking, like, where am I looking? Where's the camera? After looking at all those, which granted, NASDAQ and I think S&P 500, they overlap quite a few. So after looking at all those, I guess it wasn't quite 40. I guess it would be 30 something. Whatever. I think things are looking kind of weak, but that's par for the course, right? It's par for the course. I think we're in a sideways market. I think we've been in the sideways market for a minute here. I think it really started kind of through here. I think that's really where the sideways market started, and then down here it really kind of, especially with this double bottom right here, and came up here in this area. One thing that's really happening though is we're definitely getting, we had been getting higher lows. Where's the low going to be here? I don't know. Let's wait and see. But it seems, see how this is kind of tightening here? I'm not sure if you could see it that way here or if it would be better to go kind of flat here. See if this can show us anything. Let's go, we're at 6 months. Let's move this to 1 year. Some space. So see where it's actually, maybe we can get a better idea. Let's go on to 2 years. And so you see this. This is quickly rising here. I don't know. I definitely see something pushing, right? We got forces pushing up this way. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised with either direction. I wouldn't be surprised if it moved up or down. I do swing trading, but I'm a ultimately I'm a option seller. So the way that I trade might be a little bit longer in positions, usually a couple weeks, at the most, depending on what it is. Sometimes I'll go longer depending on what it is. But so my average type of thing that I'm doing is I'm generally selling cash secured put options on stocks that I don't mind owning. And if I get a sign, I start selling covered call options against them. And then those stocks can either be stocks that I want to own for like the rest of my life, or sometimes they're stocks that I want to do more of the wheel strategy, which is like when I'm selling covered calls on stocks that I want to own the rest of my life, I'm going to sell, if this is the price, I'm going to sell further away from the money. When I'm doing the wheel strategy, I might sell closer. In fact, when I'm doing when it's a stock that I plan on doing the wheel strategy for, I might even sell the cash secured put option a little closer to the money, because I'm just trying to circulate the money. I don't mind circulating the money faster, right? But if it's a stock that I want to own the rest of my life, I tend to sell further away from the money if I need to get at the price that I really want to buy it at. So for me, direction is a little less of a thing, although I love trying to figure out the direction. And from what I'm seeing now, I'm not seeing a whole lot of indication that that we're getting a strong bull here. Strong bull might come in, but going from between 400 and 420, roughly between it, and you can see through here, it was kind of sloping down, right? It was like hit this high. Look right here at that H. Hit this high of 414, almost 415. And it's just kind of slowly been going down to about right here, dropped, and then really started kind of dropping through that area. So number one thing that I would recommend, learn how to sell cash secured put options. Go to iofsuccess.com. Check out the stuff for free. If it interests you, consider getting the consulting. If you have any questions about it, there's some frequently asked questions, and if you have more questions after you read that, then contact me through this contact page. You guys have a fantastic day. See you tomorrow. Aloha.